What is up, everyone? 2 minutes in the box with Gordo. Today, we're going to be talking about the finalist three names for the potential Utah NHL team name. So, here's the question. I did a poll saying who will get the naming of this new Utah team. So, currently, they are playing as the Utah Hockey Club. So, that's one option. The second option is Mammoth. And then we got Wasatch. Wasatch is a mountain for the native tribe, Native Americans in the western part of the United States. But so far, we have seen that Mammoth is leading the way, and it's a full ride of a stampede. So it's going to be Mammoth. I believe it's going to be the Utah Mammoth. I mean, I don't mind Hockey Club. I mean, hey, I'm wearing this jersey right now. Look at this. This is pretty dope. I mean, it's basic. I love it. And it is original, say the least. I mean, hey, back in the day when the New Orleans Jazz moved to Salt Lake City, became the Utah Jazz, and not have any time to change the name to make it relevant. And they're like, hmm, you know what? Since this relocation was rushed and suddenly we didn't have the time to promote and market it right. So, you know what? We're going to keep it jazz. I mean, it rolls off the tongue. Yeah, I know there's no jazz culture in New Orleans. Hey, let's just go with it. I mean, Utah Hockey Club, I don't mind it either. I mean, the vote goes is that the fans really want Mammoth. And I like Mammoth a lot too. Hockey Club, I don't mind either. Wasatch, I mean, who knows? Who cares? I mean, all roll off the tongue nice because it represents the fine state of Utah. All right, next up, talking about last night's games and previewing tonight's games. And let's see what we got here on the doctrine. Oh yeah, let's see what we've got. What we got. Yeah, tonight's gonna be exciting night. You've got Winnipeg and Boston. Then you've got Minnesota, Montreal, Washington against Ottawa, LA playing a back-to-back against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Chicago is in Carolina playing against Taylor Hall. You've got the Islanders against the Flyers. You've got the Ducks against the Flames. You've got the Red Wings against the Oilers. And you've got Columbus at Vegas, and on ESPN tonight, you've got San Jose against Seattle. All good games. All good games. And we're going to see some lot of momentum changes. And I mean, 6 points apart in the Eastern Conference. And, the Florida Panthers winning last night, getting that crucial 1 point lead ahead of the Toronto Maple Leafs, who they lost to the Minnesota Wild 3-1, and the Pittsburgh Penguins winning in overtime against Utah Hockey Club. Looking at these standings, I mean, this is getting close. I mean, the Eastern Conference is close. I mean, Washington is ahead to Florida by 10, and everybody else is like 6 points behind the certain leader. And you've got Boston as the top wild card team that's tied with Ottawa for the tiebreak, third place in the Atlantic Division. And you got Tampa Bay as the second wild card team. I mean, we're going to see some changes around that tonight. And you've got Winnipeg at 1, you've got Dallas at 2, and Minnesota at 3 in the Central. And then Edmonton and Vegas are tied for the points with 67. And you've got LA at 58. And Colorado's creeping. Colorado's 4 points behind for Minnesota's third spot in the Central Division. And Vancouver's 2 points behind LA to get third place in the Pacific Division. I mean, Calgary's 1 point behind Vancouver, and then Utah, they're creeping. I mean, this is going to be a wild night. I mean, I'm going to go with these games tonight. I'm going to tell you who's going to win and who's going to lose. I'm going to go with Winnipeg with my bet against the Boston Bruins. Minnesota over Montreal, and it's Flowers' last game against his hometown team in Montreal. And I'll say this between Washington and Ottawa, I'm going to go with the Capitals in this one. And Tampa Bay against LA. LA's got to bounce back after their loss against Florida last night, 3-0. LA's got to step it up. They got to step it up. And Carolina against Chicago, I'm going with Carolina. Carolina, they are a strong, dangerous team. And it's no lie. I mean, we're going to see Mika Rantanen and Taylor Hall and Andrei Sashnikov, and those guys are going to be just dominating the Chicago Blackhawks. They're lowly, but let's just put it this way. Carolina is a dangerous team and the favorites to win the Stanley Cup. And now you got the New York Islanders against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Islanders have a 5-game winning streak against the lowly Philadelphia Flyers, who they lost last night 5-0 to the New Jersey Devils. And I'm going to go with the New York Islanders. They are playing a very hot streak right now, and I believe they're going to be in the mix for 6 and trying to make $1.15 and play their tricks. And I got to say, the Islanders are going to be stacked on the back end. You got Ryan Pulak and Noah Dobson coming back, and Pollock as well. And I got to say, the New York Islanders are going to be creeping on the Metropolitan standings. They will be, or the wild card. Who knows? I'm going to go with the Islanders against the Flyers. Then you've got Anaheim and Calgary. Anaheim has been playing much better as of late, and Calgary has been playing much better as late. This is going to be a game that I'm going to be circling on my calendar, and I'm going to go, hard to say, I'm going to go with Calgary on this one, guys. I'm definitely going to go with Calgary. This squad, you know, and also their goaltending, they've got a strong team, and they got to eclipse the Canucks in the wild card chase. And then you got Detroit against Edmonton tonight in Edmonton, and Tom McClellan's former team. This is going to be a tough matchup. I know the Red Wings have been playing hot lately, but Edmonton, they've got a very stacked team, Edmonton Oilers. I'm going to go with Edmonton. Who knows? The Oilers are that team. They are at a mission, and then they're looking at destiny at their front door. And then you got Columbus against Vegas. I'm going to go with the upset here, guys. I'm going to go with Columbus over Vegas. I mean, Columbus has been playing this brand of hockey I haven't seen from them in a while. And I mean, it's so darn close. I'm just going to go with Columbus. I got a feeling Columbus has got a mission on their hands, and I believe that they'll be creeping on the wild card spot tomorrow morning. And then you've got the two lowly teams in the Western Conference in the Pacific Division, San Jose Sharks and Seattle Kraken. I'm going to go with the Kraken on this one, guys. Kraken, they've been having goaltending struggles, but I believe this will be a high-scoring game. And Mac Celebrini is going to have a goal and 2 assists for this one for San Jose. I got to say, this is going to be a back and forth game. I'm going to go with Seattle for this one. Oh, yeah. And then now, Jaromir Jagr, the greatest hockey player of all time, from the Pittsburgh Penguins, Washington Capitals, the New York Rangers, the Philadelphia Flyers, the Dallas Stars, the Boston Bruins, New Jersey Devils, Florida Panthers, and Calgary Flame legend, who's playing for his childhood team he played for in Clogno, has reportedly sold 80% of his team to a I don't know who it is, but he sold 80%. And he's going to keep 20% to be the minority owner stake of the Clogno Hockey Club in the Czech Republic. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting situation. And we all heard Jaromir Jagr has been playing pro hockey for 37 years. He's on the verge of retirement, and he's on that verge of retirement. And now we got a little breaking is that Brandon Saad, who just got terminated his contract by the St. Louis Blues. He had $4.5 million left on the contract for next season. So he's available. So it wouldn't be surprise me that the Edmonton Oilers take on the former Stanley Cup champ of the Chicago Blackhawks, St. Louis Blue Jacket, to the Edmonton Oilers. And don't forget, remember when Brandon Saad got traded for Anteri Panarin, the bread man? Boy, that was a dumb trade. Yeah, that was a mistake. And it really affected the Blackhawks for a very long time. And look what the Blackhawks are and the Blue Jackets are. I mean, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Now let's talk about the drama, the ongoing drama between JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, and Quinn Hughes. And I'll say JT Miller, I said this yesterday, trade the guy to Columbus. They need a center, and and then you get a couple of prospects or draft picks in return. Elias Pettersson, get Bowen Byram and Dylan Cousins. You need the assets in return. And Quinn Hughes, I believe he's just gonna walk it out, walk it out. That's what I'm talking about. Walk it out once 2027 comes around the corner, and it's no surprise. I mean, he doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. I mean, Thatcher Demko's out of the lineup, and that's affected the Canucks very significantly. And the Canucks, they were in the mix in the Pacific Division last year. This year, it's the total opposite. They are barely holding on to that wild card spot. And without Thatcher Demko, it means no success for the Canucks in net and for the rest of the season for them. And Mitch Marner, I gotta say about Mitch Marner is talented hockey player, great stats, very good player. And I don't know if it's a wise choice that Toronto keeps him or trades him. I mean, it's a mystery at this point. Do you really want to keep Mitch Marner? Or do you want to trade him to get something in return? I mean, this is the crossroads of Mitch Marner's career. He's on a crossroad. Does he want to take his services and talents and get his payday on one road or stay on the same road he's with Toronto? I know he's from Toronto, but he's in a crossroads of his career right now. He's still got great numbers. Looking at his numbers, he's still got lots to give. And we know he's got 15 goals, 53 assists, 68 points with a +6. Toronto is in that cusp, but they're on a budget. A lot of teams are in budget mode these days when it comes to free agencies and contract negotiations. I mean, Toronto could actually be very risky to let Mitch Marner take that open road to get his payday. I mean, we all heard Chicago's been in the mix. We've all heard Utah's been in the mix. We've heard certain teams that have a lot of cap space, but Mitch Marner wants to stick around, be part of this amazing team assembled. You've got Austin Matthews, John Tavares, you've got William Nylander, you got Max Domi. You've got a stack of talented players on your roster. Toronto, if I were you guys, try to get a discount, but do what they did, with Frankfurt Channel and Anaheim, trying to figure out a way to get some money on under the table money so he can get some guarantees like in his post career when he's living outside of Canada and living in the United States. Yeah. And Mika Rantanen, a young fan came up to him in an autograph session yesterday, and he's dedicated saying giving all his money in the piggy bank to keep Mika Rantanen in Carolina. That's adorable right there. And Mika Rantanen, let's just see how this rest of the season goes for him. And something tells me if this is a successful playoff run, and no matter what happens, does he stay or does he go? That's the mystery. Let's just see how everything plays out. I mean, like, you can't give an immediate guarantee on a player's stay or departure. You got to make sure if the player is happy or not in the situation. And don't forget, he's got a offer sheet. He can possibly go to Chicago next season. There is a lot of expectations and possibilities for, Mika Rantanen to stay or go. And now we got breaking news. The defenseman, Nils Heiskanen from the Dallas Stars, he's out with a knee injury. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. And that's another defenseman out of the lineup. And it's gonna be chaotic and hectic. Last minute changes, and you know, we're in the second half, latter part of the season. Why couldn't these stupid tournaments happen during the Christmas holiday? I mean, the Olympics, I mean, we gotta cooperate with the IOC and the Olympics and all that crap. But we're on that whole level that why are we doing this? Are we doing this stupid tournament? Are we just showcasing us for, what the Olympics could potentially be like when the Olympics come around in the next year or so? I mean, I don't know. I got a feeling this will be a unique situation because the Olympics are 1 year from now, but we'll get to the Olympic talk update later. And we got the breaking news. We got Sasha Barkov, captain of Finland. Then you've got Victor Hedman, who's the captain of Sweden. Austin Matthews is the captain of Team USA. Sidney Crosby is the captain of Team Canada. We got some good, highly touted like veterans who have won at every single level of hockey on that road. And looking at the numbers, looking at the names, and then the assistant captains for Team USA are going to be Matthew Tkachuk and Charlie McAvoy with Austin Matthews. Sidney Crosby's got Cal McCarr and Connor McDavid as the assistants. Sasha Barkov's got Sebastian Aho, Mikael Grenland, and Mika Rantanen as his assistant captains. And Victor Hedman, he's got Matthias Ekblom, Eric Carlson, and William Nylander. I mean, stacked, fun, but I don't know. This is for a tournament for me to watch. It's going to be boring. Four teams. I need a break from hockey. And, speaking of which, in the next few weeks, once the tournament begins, we will be talking a lot of NCAA hockey and minor league professional hockey and major junior hockey during this time period. We'll give you the frequent, quick updates, what's going on in the Four Nations Cup and all, but I just want to diverse. Let's diverse and see, like everyone can be like, wow, the American League, the Coast, the Federal, the Southern Pro. I mean, the NC2A, the USHL, the O, the Dove, the Q, and the North American League. Like let's get some choices here, people. Let's get some diverse and some new ideas. And I'll say this, I'm really excited that these standings are so damn close for the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is going to be exciting to watch, for the next week and a half, before the season pause. And, I wish I had an airplane ticket to go to Mexico or go back up to northern Michigan and go ski, but I'm here in Florida. Yeah. And I'll say we're going to see a fun games tonight. We're going to see what we got for, the rest of the night. And we're going to find out who Yamir Yager sold that team to. We're going to see who Yamir Yager sold his precious Klogno team. So Yamir Yager sold his Klogno Knights in the Czechia Hockey League to a businessman, Thomas Draisaitl. And Yager's going to be holding 80% of his team, and the financial details not given. And Yags goes, something has got to end. He hopes for a more successful one. It's about to start. And Yager and Draisaitl said a key reason for the move was to boost financially. And Yager, he gained full ownership of the team from the town, and he's had the team since 2011. And Yager is one of those guys who's a one of a kind treasure and a beauty and a wonderful friend. I'm happy that he's selling off. He's got someone entrusting to keep the team afloat and financially alive. And you know, and seeing this, Yager's 37th year in the league, and you complete the rest of the season leading the Clogno Knights to the playoffs for the first time. and he will deal with the future only after that. Let's just see. I'm happy that Yager is going off the sunset the right way. He's got some deep pocket owners to help his hometown team stay afloat for a very long time. And I would like to thank 2 Minutes in the Box with Gordo. And I would love to thank my viewers. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be back here tomorrow for the latest news, updates, behind the scenes in the NHL, and results from last night's game and previewing the games up ahead. I like to say, everyone, and I hope you guys like my New Jersey Utah Hockey Club right here. Oh yeah, I hope you guys love the jersey and hopefully everything else. Have a great day, everyone. God bless.